Hello, welcome to this webinar entitled Fittings and Contents Form, a Refresher for Conveyancers. My name is Lorraine Richardson, as you may or may not know, and I am a solicitor and legal trainer. Been doing both for a long time. When I was in practice, I was a partner under Culp for my sins, but I'm now freelance and I've published a couple of books, Electronic Signatures and a Guide to Freehold Conveyancing. And if you want to get hold of me, you can get hold of me at Adapt Law. You'll find me there. But as I say, I'm now freelance and delighted to be doing a lot more webinars actually for the lovely people at MBL, for whom I've worked actually for a very long time. So what am I going to talk to you about today? Well, the fittings and contents form, it's one of those things, isn't it? It sort of feels ubiquitous, doesn't it? A bit like the wallpaper. You sort of see it every day, so you don't really think too much about it. And of course, it's attached to virtually every contract of sale of residential land in England and Wales. So we sort of tend to assume that there aren't any problems, don't we? But that, of course, isn't necessarily the case. And what's occurred to me over time really, is that conveyancers acting for sellers and buyers, I think, do need to understand the land law principles relating to fixtures and fittings, because you must be able to advise your client if something goes wrong. And of course, and I've said this for many years, but for many clients, actually, the fittings and contents are more important to them than their actual property purchase. You know as well as I do, there are a few clients who say, "Oh, please tell me about the extent of the land in the title and the covenants." What they actually want to know is, am I getting the conservatory furniture and the curtains? So actually, for the client, the fittings and contents are actually very, very important. And it is fair to say that because the fittings and contents form that we use now, that's part of the Law Society's TA forms, transaction forms, the protocol forms, it's comprehensive, it's evolved over time. But because that's quite a detailed form, it's, we don't often get problems in residential conveyancing with fittings and contents, but anything new to a conveyancer is going to be a risk. And what I'm hoping to do is just cover some of the key practice points that you need to sort of keep in mind, really, because just because something doesn't go wrong very often doesn't mean you shouldn't understand what to do if it does.